Hi, Dr. Mel again, and we are busy with ticket timer and the tapes, and we are going to continue with the real calculations, doing the instantaneous and the average velocities. Let's have a look at what we've done till now. We said the total distance is the actual path. I will stress this in every lesson. You need to be able to see that displacement is different to distance. When we get to graphs, you will also see we'll have to distinguish. So make sure that you know distance is the scalar, displacement is the vector, and that this is from the starting to the end point, where this is the actual path. Do you remind yourself when we did the 200 meters? That was the distance. But the vector that was the displacement. Please remember that it's different. Right, now we're going to calculate the average velocity. And after we've done that, we're going to calculate the instantaneous velocity. This is at a specific time, and this will be over the whole journey, the whole time. So let us start. The instant velocity, as I just said, is at that instant. So it's at a specific time. And as we said in the previous slide, because it is at a very specific time, the instantaneous velocity and speed will be equal because it's just at that specific moment. And bear in mind that we're working with vectors, so it has to be in the same direction. Right, we've got the ticker tape. We measured the distance between A and B, and the distance between B and C and D, D and E, E and F, F and G. So we had dots and we measured it. In which unit did we measure it? Well, we initially measured it in millimeters. Then you had to convert the millimeters to meters, and that's what I have in front of me now. I've got 10 millimeters converted to meters, 16 millimeters converted to meters, 22, 28, 34, and 40. Need them in meters. So as soon as I've got it in meters, I can do my calculations. I need to convert, remember, the hertz, the set frequency of the ticker timer. It can be either 50 or 25 hertz. You need to convert that with your formula of 1 over f will give me the time. And that is the period. That is the time between one dot and the second dot. And that is 0.25. And again, the unit is in seconds. Now you do the first one, where I'm going to take the displacement and I'm going to divide it with the time. And the second one. And I'm going to divide it in the time. Let's see if you get the same answer that I got when I did the calculation. So did you get the distance over the time as 0.04? And remember, it was meter per second. So it's meter per second. And 0.064 and 0.088 and 0.11. And you can see this is actually going faster. So it's accelerating. And you will know the dots will be further apart. But the main calculation now is to find the velocity. The question was, calculate the average velocity. And in some cases, they'll give you the interval. If they said between A and B, you will say it's the distance between A and B, the time between A and B, and you calculate that answer. So your answer will be 0.04 meter per second. The same question would be calculate the average velocity for D and E? Well, you do it exactly the same way. And if you have a look, you had the distance, you had the time. Now I had to calculate the velocity. So the average velocity, it's the total displacement. I actually worked it out to 0.112 meter per second. So you got the average. It's from this point to that point. So you took the total displacement and you had that in meters and that in seconds, and that gave you the velocity. So what is the instantaneous velocity? So this could be velocity, the instantaneous velocity between A and B. Well, if this is the average between A and B, which you just calculated as 0.04 meter per second, it will be exactly the instantaneous, the point midway between A and B. That will be the instantaneous velocity at that point. So, if you want to calculate the instantaneous velocity, you always need to know I have to calculate the average, and the middle point of that will be the instantaneous velocity. Let's see what you did with D and E. You calculated the whole distance and you got the velocity as 0.0112, and that will be the instantaneous velocity at the point midway between D and E. Be careful that you work accurately and that you put into your calculator the actual values, and make sure that you revisit your whole calculation. So, the average velocity, like your average mark, will be the velocity over the entire time. So, if I'm working from A to E, I need to calculate all the measurements that I made. So, you can do that with the measurements you had in the previous slide. It will be AB plus BC plus CD plus DE. And that will give you the total displacement. Then you'll have to have the total time. So is this 0.2? Each one of those you'll have to calculate together. I hope you now see that I can calculate the total displacement over the total time. So I went and I took the total displacement of the previous calculation, and that I got to be 0.04 meters. And I actually calculated the time for all of those intervals, and it was 4 times 0.02, and that gave me the average velocity. And you can go and check the answer and you can find what the answer will be. Please go and work out. I can do it here, but I need you to take a pen, to take your calculator and actually do these calculations. Now, what is my average velocity and my instantaneous? So if I had the average velocity here, let's say we got an answer of 0.02 meter per second. That was from that point to that point. It will actually be right in the middle that I have my instantaneous velocity. So in the middle of my interval, let's say this is A, B, C, D. Between B and C, I will have the instantaneous velocity as 0.02 meter per second. So it's easy to work the instantaneous velocity out as soon as you've got the average, because the instantaneous will be right in the middle. Right. What is the instantaneous velocity at point B? Well, what do I have to know? What is the average where? Think clearly. I need to know at point B. So if I can get the average between A and C, what will be in the middle of A and C? Well, obviously B. So always see that you find that instantaneous point in the middle of the interval, to the left and to the right. Calculate the average of the whole interval or the entire piece of this paper, the ticker tape paper, and then there you will be indicating right in the middle what the instantaneous velocity will be. Remember, that's at a specific time. So let's say, for instance, I've got A, B, C. This is 0.02 and 0.02 seconds. What will that instantaneous be? The average of that. And at that point, at that specific time, the velocity will be 0.12 meter per second. Always get the average, and if I have the average, I know in the middle of that average, I have the instantaneous velocity. Right, just to recap quickly, I work out the instantaneous velocity by getting the average. So I always work out the average first, and then that answer will be the second answer to the instantaneous. This is the total distance or displacement over time, and this will be at a specific time. Again, draw this little diagram and say to yourself, if this is A to C, the average between that will be the total displacement over the total time. And as soon as I've got that answer, I know in the middle of that will be the instantaneous velocity. Right, let's see. Can you do the following? Can you differentiate between average and instantaneous speed and average and instantaneous velocity? Well, we didn't distinguish between those because we didn't have any other direction. All of our movement was in the same direction. So it's actually the same. Then you have to describe the motion of the ticker tape measurements and the apparatus, because you will be given pieces of tape with dots and you need to be able to apply that. And as soon as you've got the dots distance which you measured, remember millimeters you've got to convert to meters, and remember the hertz, the frequency, you need to convert to seconds. If you've got that, I can work out the velocity and the speed. We will work out the acceleration in the next lesson. I hope this is nice and you enjoying doing these calculations. Bye.